Manipulation Tuesday. The stock market, or at least the QQQ, continues to be pushed higher, continues to be manipulated. No end in sight. How far can they push this? Um, no technical analysis is relevant when it comes to manipulation. I mean, just right now, the QQQ is being further pushed in the aftermarket. I mean, above 300. This is absolutely amazing. If it does correct, who knows if it will correct? I mean, can it get to 310? Where's capitulation top? How much further can they push it? Where you actually see some kind of candle that really, at this point, it has to be a capitulation top candle, where it just drives everybody into the market. Everybody, as far as day traders, hedge funds, anybody who is just really chasing returns at this point. I mean, no retail investors buying at this level. Who's really looking at this and say, "Oh, I want to get in the market now"? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon is uh, above 3,500. Well, really at 3,500, but it's gonna be above it tomorrow. There's no reason why it won't get pushed higher. Look at Apple. I mean, 2.3 trillion, biggest market cap out there. 2.3 trillion, and it just gets pushed and further pushed. I mean, will this get to 140, 150? I mean, is this Tesla? I mean, how can you push a 2.3 trillion dollar company to 140, 150? There's that much money out there, I guess. I mean, there's just that much money. The hedge funds, the whoever is leveraging money is there is no retail investor is buying at this level. There is nobody who says, "Well, I'm gonna put my 401k in Apple because I'm expecting this to get to 150." I mean, come on. If you're gonna do that at 110. Do that at any. Who will be dumb enough to put their money into Apple at this level? As far as investors, retail investors, portfolio manager. There's no portfolio manager out there dumb enough to start investing in Apple at this level. There's just none. This is all short-term performance chaser hedge funds, people who are, I guess, leveraging options or whatever, just pushing this up, and they're using Apple with all the instruments out there. They're using Apple. This is amazing. Yeah, Baba is gonna get pushed to 300. Google. I mean, I guess all of these guys is just gonna get continue pushed. I finished the day 1900, 200 more than what I did in the mid morning. Was trying to chase Apple for, I guess, the top, the extreme in the afternoon, and of course that came up short. But trustworthy Amazon did me good and made the bulk of my gains on Amazon and a little bit on Tesla. However, Tesla is always difficult to trade. And the reason why Tesla is difficult to trade is you just never know. I mean, look, originally, so Tesla did a, what is this? Okay, so Tesla went ahead. First candle shot all the way down to 100 EMA, real quick. And I got in somewhere here for the cause, sold the cause, and covered. I mean, anywhere during this downturn, you gotta cover because you never know when the bounce is gonna occur. This first candle penetrated 100 EMA. Now, if you're brave, you can sell the puts and ride the wave back up. But who knows how heavy the shorts can pound, or whoever want to continue the sell off. It can easily on the next candle go down to this next level or even penetrate this next level before recovering. So you can never assume the 100 EMA is a initial resistance level. I mean, statistically, yeah, you can go with statistics, or you can just wait for confirmation. Yes, it recovered and continued to recover before retracting, but the bounce was too heavy for me. I mean, at this point, you can't just assume it's gonna go back down. Um, Although I guess in hindsight, it's just the movement is so powerful that you can never know if it's a head fake because the movement is so powerful. I mean, then you get the downturn. Uh, Here's a fake candle or reversal candle, a fake one, before it penetrates the 100 EMA. And I guess in hindsight, the second one, but the movement is so fast, it's so hard to get in. If you do sell the puts here, you probably cover on the way back down because you never know if this candle, so you wouldn't have made much. And anyhow, look at the way it bounced back up. I mean, it didn't even stop at the first support, which is the VWAP. I mean, or resistance. Normally, if it's a technical trade, it would turn over, but it went all the way to flatline. And then it stayed in this channel, which is an indication that now the manipulator is leaving Tesla. Tesla is now starting to look more technical, which is what I would like to see. I mean, this a confirmation that Tesla is going to start trading technically? Maybe, hopefully, because I hate to play Tesla when it just continues to be manipulated. So if it does, if Tesla is going to start trading technically, what will you expect tomorrow? Well, you expect a bounce to 480, where this 100 EMA is. So a bounce to 480, and then a further retracement. That would be a technical play. Can it bounce all the way up here? At that point, it's so strong. At that point, I mean, I guess it could be and still be technically if it fails. If it can bounce up, if it passed the 100 EMA and goes toward the support or resistance of VWAP and penetrate VWAP by an extreme level, then it's not a technical play anymore. It's just back to being a manipulated stock. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's just continue to push and manipulate all the way back up to 500. Who knows? But if it's no longer a manipulated stock and it behaves technically, you will see some sort of reaction right here at the 100 EMA. And if it doesn't go back down, you can cover and wait for the next reaction at the VWAP. And at the VWAP, it should continue. It should go back down, so you can sell the calls. Now, I wouldn't be playing the puts because at this point, without the manipulator support, you can have a open, a gap up, or a gap down. Doesn't matter. It can be a gap up or a gap down, and just quick sell off. What I would call a flush. I mean, a flush is bound to happen there's no manipulation. Because if there's no manipulation, there's nothing that support sell off to just escalating because nobody who bought Tesla from the ride up wants to hold it on a downturn. Everybody wants to take profit when this thing starts to sell off. And without the support of the manipulator, it's just gonna sell off to whatever level it may be where it finds support from whoever, from institutions, from whoever wants to hold it for continue to buy, who wants to buy and hold. I mean, legitimate buyers, but I don't see any legitimate buyers at any of these support levels, to be honest. But it's still too early to determine if the manipulator has left. Although if you look at Apple, it looks like, if I were to guess, the manipulator has migrated to Apple, because Apple typically would show some kind of sell-off in the afternoon. I mean, this thing started the push, and it's so hard to determine when Apple starts the push, because the way Apple goes, I mean, you can say, well, okay, just look for a point where it pushed. Like this would be a push candidate. But this candle, the volume is just not strong. It doesn't just flash out like this is a push candidate. And it fails. Then it's back to VWAP. So you got, let's say you got one, two, okay, so now it keeps going, and maybe this is a, yeah, I guess this would be a push candidate, right? Above, going toward this initial high candle, but it also could be a false breakout and a fall down. So these two candles kind of indicate that it may be a false breakout and continue down. However, the next candle, um, it's just, there's just so many signal where it's just not, where you might think it's not a push, but then it just gather back strength and continue on. Um, and then there's no sell off. I mean, virtually there's just some retracement, wiggle back up, two failed doji. I mean, look at these two failed doji right here. Then goes back up, another. It's just, Amazon is difficult to play. I mean, not Amazon, Apple. At least right now. Let's see what happens. How further can they push Apple? I mean, Apple is just amazing. Um, yeah, I don't know how to play this guy. Just gotta wait for the extreme, and I guess you can play push potential if the signature is really evident. Now, Amazon is another candidate to be a push candidate, so I gotta be careful on playing the calls for, at least as far as selling. But today was an easy day technically, right? I mean, you see this initial candle goes up, but then there's a failing flag or failing wick, and you can get in, write it down, cover. I mean, would love to see it hit the 100 EMA, but it didn't. Anyway, you can still cover. If it would have hit the 100 EMA and found support, I would have sold some puts, but I didn't. Then it goes back up, another failing wick, goes back down. At this failing wick, sell some calls. It's just clean technically, right? I mean, even if you do get in at the wrong time, you can still wait, because it's just, you can see the failed push if this is a push candidate, which I don't think so, because I just think there's attempts to push, but this is just too strong of a failing signature. Goes back down to close to VWAP, a reattempt, failing reattempt. At this point, you're pretty much sure it's gonna fail. Penetrate VWAP as always, and here's a didn't touch 100 EMA, but this is a reversal candle with the tail. You can play this guy as far as selling the puts. Another clean signal where there could be a potential reversal, a tail, another reversal. So, and then at this point, it's, you know, afternoon trash. Anything can happen. They can attempt a push here. Anywhere here, they can attempt a push. I did play at the very end. I did play because I just feel like, it's gonna go back to VWAP, and I got about 300-400 from here to here. I mean, just that little wiggle is 300-400. That's it's a simple play. Of course, in hindsight, I could play every one of this and collect 200-300, but it is afternoon trash. So at any point, it could go the opposite way and push. And when it push, you're making 200-300, but if it goes the wrong way, you're losing 3,000. So do you really want to make 200-300 and then risk losing 3,000 because it push? I don't. So tomorrow, Amazon is definitely gonna go above 500. And is it gonna get pushed or is it gonna fail? It looks like it's just gonna get pushed. I mean, this signature right here looks very similar to this signature, and it's just a news away from an upgrade or some kind of news that probably get a capitulation top. So let's see how the volume looks tomorrow. The volume looks good on the open. Any pullback would be a candidate to sell puts, and hopefully, if the VIX doesn't show strength, I mean, the VIX is just giving false signal that, to me, the VIX just looks like it wants to go higher. Lower lows, lower highs, just showing strength on the VIX, showing strength. McCullough oscillator is getting green. The VIX is showing strength. So if the VIX continue to show strength, there's going to be a sell-off. There's just no way around it. I mean, the VIX is the leading candidate as far as signal for a sell-off. If the VIX gather enough strength, people are going to see it, algorithms are going to see it, and they're going to sell off. And this McCullough oscillator looks like it wants to go higher. So if the VIX is weak, if it's a fail VIX rally, whatever you call it, a fail bull flag or bear flag, depending on how you want to look at the VIX, Amazon will rally and get a capitulation top, maybe even touch 3,600. QQQ most likely will just, capitulation top, wherever that may be. 305, 306, who knows? Uh, Going to revisit this video tomorrow and recalibrate pre-market to make sure that I am in the right mindset, because it's just manipulation will continue. So manipulation Monday, manipulation Tuesday, continue manipulation on Wednesday. So number one is manipulation, number two is technical analysis. Gotta be careful and play for the manipulation. Okay.